What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. How's everybody doing? The coffee's very, very hot. I just made it. Listen, we've got a launch date for November 28th confirmed for Dragonflight. This is very exciting news. Blizzard has finally given us the hard launch date on November 28th. This is exactly what we kind of all expected. So there's nothing really too crazy here, but it is just important to actually get the announcement itself for the Dragonflight launch date, because sometimes you're kind of sitting there and you're wondering, is it actually going to happen? We're not really sure. So let me go over a couple of items that are important here that Blizzard has put in the announcement. So of course they've announced everything once again that we've already been testing. Of course, we're going to the Dragon Isles. We've got the Dractyr Evokers that are the new class race combo. We've got dragon riding, which has been tons of fun. You guys have been seeing me on some of the streams, I think, if you watch the stream, flying around, and it does feel really, really good. I promise you it feels better than normal flying. It's a little bit more active, which I think most people will enjoy. Some people do just want that kind of passive riding experience, and so if that's one of you, then maybe you're not going to like it as much. But ultimately, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Brand new talent system, which they have been iterating on nonstop for the past month and a half, making it really, really great. And now they're into the tuning phase of that. Brand new UI. I've been messing around with this a lot, and I really like the new UI, actually. It's pretty good. It's been really buggy, but ultimately it gives you way more choice versus what you had last time. There are new dungeons. We're going to get to that in a minute. There is a Season 1 raid schedule coming up. We'll get to that in a minute as well. And the Winds of Wisdom buff is up right now. So if you want to get a character ready to go for Dragonflight, you can do it right now and get 50% more experience, which is a really big deal. So, yeah, really love that. That's really, really cool. And that's it. We've got it guaranteed coming out on November 28th. So mark your calendars. That is the Dragonflight release date. Now, what does that mean for pre-patch? Because sometimes that's when the evoker they've said is going to be online, is in the pre-patch. They didn't give us a hard date on the pre-patch. All we have is essentially this leaked post that came out like a month ago, and it does tell us that the pre-patch will be on October 25th. That's down here. Tuesday, October 25th is the WoW 10.0 pre-patch. So I can imagine that they're sticking to that, because they've got the global launch for 10.0 on November 28th, and they're sticking to that. That's what the announcement was. So I would say that this is definitely going to happen the way that we all think it is, because the way the leak has come out. And I would expect on October 25th to be able to get into pre-patch, and pre-patch is basically where you can't get into the Dragon Isles yet, but everything has changed. All the talent trees have changed, and the Dractyr Evoker will be enabled, so you can get in and start testing it out. So there you go. I'm very confident with this time. I would say that on October 25th we will have pre-patch, and we're gonna have pre-patch for about a month, until November 28th, a little bit more than a month actually, until the launch date on November 28th. So that's the pre-patch. Let me look at the Season 1 stuff really quickly here, because there's some important notes here. So they've already announced as well that Season 1, which is when Mythic Plus and raiding starts, will be happening on December 12th, right? So we've got the November 28th launch date, and then basically 2 weeks later, a little bit more than 2 weeks later, 14 days later, 15 days later, something like that, Season 1 will begin. So you only literally have like 2.5 weeks to do all the Mythic 0 dungeons, like to get to level 70, do all the Mythic 0 dungeons to get yourself kind of ready to go. And then right on December 12th, boom, they're pumping out Season 1. So it's happening very, very quickly, which is super cool. Mythic and Cross Faction will be available from week 1 of Season 1, the first week of Season 1. Some really important notes here. Cross-faction Mythic open right away. Necrotic and Inspiring are being removed. Those are the affixes that were, they were pretty annoying. Necrotic was really annoying on the tank. That was really frustrating and basically made it so you couldn't tank. So I'm glad that's gone. Inspiring was actually one of the more interesting mechanics, where you had to like use your crowd control effectively in order to mitigate the mechanic. I really wish they had just gotten rid of like Spiteful instead. I don't know why they're getting rid of Inspiring, honestly, because I think Inspiring was fine. Necrotic sucks. Glad they got rid of that, but they should have got rid of Spiteful. Because Spiteful was just like, as soon as you kill those mobs, those little Spiteful guys come out and start attacking you. And it's like the most annoying thing ever. Like, you want to just try to get to the next pack, but you're being auto-attacked for like half your health by one Spiteful. It's really, really dumb. So I don't really know why. Kind of frustrating, honestly. Not going to lie. Anyway, but it's good. It's good that Necrotic's gone. Raid will open on December 12th as well, including normal, heroic, and mythic right away. They're not doing a delay on mythic, which also means that there is no loot cap for Mythic Plus in season 1, in week 1, sorry, because Mythic is already released. So often there had been a loot cap on Mythic Plus in the first week or the first couple weeks because Mythic Raid would not have been released yet, and they didn't want you to like be able to get too much of an advantage, I guess. So they're not doing any loot cap in week 1 because Mythic is already going to be out for raiding. So that's really cool. Really, really cool. They got all the dates here. December 12th, normal, heroic, and mythic Vault of the Incarnates will open, and the weekly maintenance will begin for each region. December 19th, Vault of the Incarnates Raid Finder will come out, and then Wing 1, 2, 3. So the Raid Finder will be delayed a little bit, but everything else will be out on the first week. Cross-faction Mythic Vault of the Incarnates will be available from the start. Hall of Fame entries will require at least 16 out of 20 raiders to be from the same guild. So nothing new there. Here's the new dungeon rotation for Season 1. So we've got 4 new dungeons, 4 old dungeons. So the new ones are going to be Ruby Life Pools, the Not Offensive, that's the Dragon Riding Dungeon, the Azure Vault, and the Algathar Academy. I like the Algathar Academy a lot. It's good. The Ruby Life Pools is fine. It's not super, super great, honestly. The Not Offensive is great. And the Azure Vault is fine. It's kind of like a 2 out of 4 thing. Like, the Ruby Life Pools is good. It's not bad. It's good. So, it's just the Azure Vault, for some reason, it's not my favorite dungeon. The bosses are cool, though. So, I don't mind all 4 of these at all. These are okay. Like, it's a good pool. Obviously, we're going to get the other 4 in Season 2. So, you're going to get to do the ones that you didn't get to do in Season 1 anyway. So, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Then we're going to get the Halls of Valor from Legion, Court of Stars from Legion. I like Halls of Valor a lot. I do. Court of Stars is kind of okay. I'm not in love with Court of Stars. You have to do the find out which dinner guest is an imposter or whatever. You have to do that little mini game later. I'm not actually a big fan of that anymore because I've done it 100 times. So anyway, Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, very cool. I like this dungeon a lot, actually, from Warlords. And Temple of the Jade Serpent was also a good one from Pandaria. So those are the other 4 right there in Season 1. So whether or not you like the experiment that they tried in Shadowlands with doing past dungeons, whether you like that or not, I mean, they're continuing to do it, and this is going to be the Mythic Plus experience in every single season moving forward in the game. Now, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to make Mythic Plus fresh. That's an important word because raiding has always been fresh because they come up with an entire new raid tier for us to work on, right? So Vault of the Incarnates will be the first raid. It's going to be something different in Season 2. And same for Mythic Plus now. It's going to be the exact same experience where you have a brand new set of dungeons, and that really makes it fresh and exciting. And I think that's a good thing for the game for Mythic Plus. So that'll be good. That's about it. I talked about the new affix. They haven't talked about the seasonal affix yet, but that's okay. And that is it for that. There is a Creation Catalyst is also going to be making an appearance late into Season 1, they're saying. So I believe there are going to be tier set bonuses from the raid in Season 1, and therefore the Creation Catalyst is something that you can use to get that tier set bonus online if you've been very unlucky, or if you're just not somebody who wants to do the raid at all. So that's it, guys. That is the announcement. That is all the stuff that's coming for Dragonflight. Basically, all the predictions were true. The pre-patch will be on October 25th, I believe. And then the launch date is absolutely going to be on November 28th. So the expansion is launching this year, much to the surprise, I think, of everybody. You know, when they first announced this way back, the very first announcement, they're like, yeah, it's coming by the end of the year. Everybody was like, yeah, whatever. That's not going to happen. But It is going to happen. So that's very exciting. We're going to get Dragonflight before Christmas. So that's really, really cool. Buckle up, get your dragons ready, get your characters going. Remember, there is a Winds of Wisdom buff right now, so get a character going if you do want a brand new character. Just level them up right now. You'll get lots of experience. And Season 1 is going to be jam-packed with lots of fun stuff as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited that they're launching on November 28th? Do you think the game will be ready in time? Do you think the talent trees will be all done? The tuning will be all done? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.